was asked a little bit tonight about how can you be safe, how can you do little prevention, things like that, what can you do in your neighborhoods. Biggest thing I can say is for people to call us when you see or hear a problem. You know your neighborhood best. If you live in an apartment building, you know who comes in and out of the place, you know the people in your neighborhood, you know what cars they drive, you know people that are usually walking in the neighborhood, animals, different things. You guys know everything about your own little corner of the world right there than really anybody else knows. And a frustrating thing from our end is when we have a problem in a neighborhood, we'll go and canvass the place and ask everybody if they saw anything, heard anything, or whatever. And then somebody will say, oh, well, you know what, about 10:30 last night, I thought I heard some glass break. I didn't pay much attention to it, and I thought everything was okay. And a lot of times we'll just say, well, you know, I heard this noise, but, you know, I don't want to bother you guys. I figured you had enough stuff to do. Well, things like that, if those situations can get told to us at that time, we can probably get people in the area, maybe have a better chance of finding something like that. Because solve rate on breaks and everything like that, kind of low. And really because we got to reconstruct something from very little evidence. So if we don't have anybody that sees a person there, or if we can't gather some kind of physical evidence that links it to a particular person, it's very hard for us to go out and find these people. You guys are the #1 point of defense in your neighborhood. And that is the biggest thing. I think it's good to keep communication up with your neighbors as far as let people know, when am I leaving town? Am I going on vacation this weekend? Who's watching my place? Do I have an alarm code? Is somebody going to be stopping by and checking on the pets? Or whatever it is. If you guys can talk amongst yourselves like that, you'll be able to be more tuned to see when things will be going on in the neighborhood. Okay, that's one good thing to pay attention to. Second thing I would say too is car breaks have been huge in the area from time to time. A lot of it's kids, but you know, it could be any other number of people. And the biggest thing we see is unlocked cars. People forget to lock their cars. If it's in their yard, they say, okay, well, heck with it, you know, and they leave it. And what people are doing is going around and they're just trying car doors. They're walking around trying to open a car door. And if it opens, great. I'll go and find stuff. Now we had one vehicle that was broken into. Guy had a laptop computer in there and had about $800 of cash in the bag too. Now, I guess the moral of the story is if you're going to leave your car unlocked for some reason, try not to leave anything in it. That's a value. Because, you know, people will leave cell phones, wallets, keys, iPods, GPS units, satellite radios, everything that's around there, it's out there. And so if it's unlocked, people go through and take it. Good thing to do is try to hide your things. So if you have stuff that's in view, whatever it is, try to either keep it under the seat, put it in the glove box, in the console, other places like that so it's out of sight. Because sometimes people will just take a quick look at a car. If they don't see anything of value, they might move on. But they're just going around a lot of times trying car doors. So we'll get a call, they'll start about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning when people go to work. And they'll say, hey, I think my car was gone through. And then we'll find out, okay, well, over the course of the night, about 25 or 30 cars have been gone through in a particular neighborhood. We have had some success. We've gotten some people out of those things in the past, but it always helps to take the little extra necessary precautions. Things around your home, do your different things at your house. Make sure you got your windows locked and things like that, your doors locked, even if it's summertime, even if you're just around the backyard. Lock the front doors, lock the places where people might go in.